Musmashi, and welcome back to another reading of the Book of Mormon. This is your host, Spiffy Tate, and last time we did a reading outside, and I'm back at one of my friend's house now, and I'm doing a little reading in her little living room here. It's pretty nice. As you know, we've been reading this at a daily basis now, and I could say I'm pretty dedicated at this point to keep on reading the Book of Mormon daily, and but I just find it funny how my original dedication was just petty once a week type of deal, kind of like how my few videos are always so scarce, but then again, it's kind of hard to find some new stuff to try that I might really like, but I don't know, it's just, I feel like we've been chugging along so good that we just need to keep on going, and take your time with the series. Don't need to be rushed, folks, alright? But, let's start with our reading. We last left off on chapter 13. I was planning on reading it the other day when I read it outside, but I just didn't want to possibly go over an hour there. I had some business to take care of, but it's a pretty short chapter, so we'll get through it pretty quickly. So chapter 13, Judah and Jerusalem will be punished for their disobedience. The Lord pleads for and judges his people. The daughters of Zion are cursed and tormented for their worldliness. Compare Isaiah 3. It's about 559 through 549. Yeah, basically the same. Here. I've been seeing this here for quite some time. For behold, the Lord, yes, it says the Lord twice there, of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole staff of bread, and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning artifactor, and the allurant orator. Okay. And I will give children unto them to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. When a man shall take hold of his brother and the house of his father, and shall say, Thou hast clothing, be art our ruler, and let not the ruin come unto thy hand. And that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be a healer, for in the house there is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people. For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongues and their doings have been against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. The show of their contingents doth withstand against them, and doth declare their sin to be even as Sodom. There we go. And they cannot hide it. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Say unto the righteous that it is well with them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, for they shall perish, for the reward of their hands shall be upon them. And my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they who lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. The Lord standeth up to a plea, and standeth to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancient, and with the ancient of his people, and the princes thereof. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, and the spoil of the poor in your houses. What mean ye? Ye beat my people to pieces, and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord God of hosts. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks, wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite a scab, the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments, and calls, and round tires like the moon, the chains and bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnet and the ornaments of the leg, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings. There we go. The rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of appeal, and the mantle and wimples, and crispy pines, the glasses and fine linen, and hoods and veils. And shall come to pass, instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of girdle, a rent, and instead a well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, of grinding, a sackcloth, burning, instead of beauty, the man shall fall by the sword, and the mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and shall be desolate, and shall sit upon the ground. I can understand, punishing some bad women, but it sounded kind of sexist a little bit. But I don't know. I'm not gonna say much about that one. That's really interesting there. Chapter 14. Zion and her daughters will be redeemed and cleansed in the millennial day. We can compare Isaiah 4, and that's the same year, about 559, 549 BC, right? And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our bread, and wear our own appeal. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, the fruit of the earth excellent, and comingly to them that are escaped of Israel. And it shall come to pass that they that are left in Zion and remain in Jerusalem shall be called holy. Everyone that is written. Oh, hello. There went my light. Give me a second. I think that light's on a timer. Down here, I believe. Let there be light. Sir. Alright, sorry about that, folks. You like my Let There Be Light joke? That was a good one. I gotta find where I was at. Oh, here I am. Comingly to them that are escaped of Israel. And it shall come to pass they that are left in Zion and remain in Jerusalem shall be called holy, and everyone on that is written among them living in Jerusalem. Oh, I think I just read that. That's verse 3. And when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning, and the Lord will create upon every dwelling place in Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies, a cloud and smoke by day, and shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory of Zion shall be defense. And there shall be a tabernacle, for a shadow in the daytime, and from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and a comfort from storm and from rain. Alright, that's the end of chapter 14. That's a pretty short chapter there. I was not expecting that. It's only 6 verses. Chapter 15. The Lord's vineyard, in parentheses says Isaac here. No, it says not Isaac. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It's Israel, in parentheses. Will become desolate. And his people will be scattered. Woes will come upon them in their obstate and scattered state. The Lord will lift an ensign and gather Israel. We can compare that to Isaiah 5, and that's about the same. I don't know. 559 through 549 BC, right? And then I will sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved, touching his vineyard. My beloved hath a vineyard and a very fruitful hill. And he fenced it and gathered out the stone thereof, and planted it with the choicest vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein. And he looked that it should bring forth grapes, and brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem, and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could been done more to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, it brought forth wild grapes. And now go to, will tell you what I will do. I will do to my vineyard. I will take away the hedge thereof, and it shall be eaten up. And I will break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down. And I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned, nor digged, but there shall come up briars and thorns. Briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, and behold, opposition, oppression. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Oppression for righteousness. But behold, a cry, woe unto them that join house to house, till there can be no place, that there may be a place alone in the midst of the earth. In my ears, said the Lord of hosts, of a truth, many houses shall be desolate, and great and fair cities without inhabitants. Yea, 10 acres of vineyard shall yield one bath, and the seed of a homer shall yield an ephah. Oh, there might be a pronunciation for that. I might check that out. EPHAH. I hope you guys are not bothered with me looking up a pronunciation table here. You know, I'm not reading this prior to doing any of this. So, you know, I could get tripped up just trying to do this every time. EP. It might not even be in here. There's some words that I just don't add. Oh, I might have it. Hold up. You might be in luck. EPHAH. Oh, ephah. Haha. Without that pronunciation table, I would try to pronounce it so weird and stuff. English, you gotta love it, right? Ephah. Now on to verse 11 of chapter 15. Woe unto them that raise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue unto night, and wine inflame them, and the harp, and the viol, the tabret, and pipe, and wine are in their feast, but they regard not the work of the Lord, neither consider the operation of his hands. Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge of their honorable men are famished, and their mutilated, dried up with thirst. And they mutilated. They mutilated, dried up with their thirst. Okay, yeah, whatever. Verse 13. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory, and their multitude. Yeah, it's multitude. It was just cut off earlier. I hate that. And their pomp. And he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. And the mean man shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled. And the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. But the Lord of hosts shall be exiled in judgment. And God that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. Then shall the lambs feed after their manner, and the waste places of the fat ones shall strangers eat. Woe unto them that draw iniquities with cord of vanity, and sin, as they were with a cart rope, that say, let him make speed, hasten his work, that we may see it, and let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw night and come, that we may know it. Woe unto them that call devil good, and the good evil, that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. Woe unto the wise in their eyes, and prudent in their own sight. Woe unto the mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, who justify the wicked for reward, and take away the righteous of the righteous from him. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, and the flame consumeth the shaft of their roots, shall be rottenness, and their blossoms shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Lord of hosts, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Therefore the anger of the Lord kindled against his people, and he hath stretched forth his hand against them, and hath smitten them. And the hills did tremble, and the carcasses were torn in the midst of the street. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. Yes, and he will lift up in shine to the nations from far, and he will hiss unto them from the end of the earth. And behold, they shall come with speed swiftly, none shall weary nor stumble among them. None shall slumber nor sleep, neither shall the girdle of their loins be loose, nor the latchet of their shoes be broken. Whose arrow shall be sharp, and all their bows bent, and their horses' hoofs shall be counted like flint, and their wheels like whirlwinds, their roaring like a lion. They shall roar like young lions, yea, they shall roar, and lay hold of the prey, and shall carry away safe, and none shall deliver. And in that day they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And if they look onto the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened, and the heavens thereof. Chapter 16. Isaiah sees the Lord. Isaiah's sins are forgiven. He is called to prophesy. He's called to prophecy. He prophesies of rejection of Jews, of Jesus' teachings. A remnant will return, and we compare that to Isaiah 6. Interesting. I don't think I read Isaiah, so. And if I did, I don't remember it. I'm pretty sure I've heard stories from Isaiah, but I don't think I read that book. Yeah, I remember reading Genesis, and I read the book of Job, and I think I did Proverbs with my brother-in-laws, basically. That was a good time. Chapter 16. In the year that King Uzzah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood a seraphim. Each one had 6 wings with twine. Twine. He covered his face with twine. He covered his feet with twine. He did fly. And one cried out unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. Sounds like almost like a biblical, accurate angel here almost. I mean, it's not that descriptive, but that's what I'm pulling from that weird 6-wing kind of thing there. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then I say, Woe is unto me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of my people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. You want to know something, ladies? These lips make you go wild. No, I'm just playing with all of you. I am a good kisser, though. At least from what I've been told, of course. Then flew off onto Seraphim, unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken from the tongs from off the altar. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this has touched thine lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thine sin purged. Holy shit. What? We just took a hot coal and we're just gonna put it right in your mouth. And hey, your sins are freed. That's gonna hurt. Ow. I don't want that. No, don't put that in my mouth. I think I'd rather have soap in my mouth because because I was a bad boy and said a bad word. I'd rather have my mother do that than put a hot stone in my mouth. No. No, please. I'd rather take the bar of soap any day. Please, don't do this to me. And now we're on verse 8, and I hear the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? And then I said, Here I am, send me. And he said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but they understood not, and see ye indeed, but they perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and be converted, and be healed. Then said I, Lord, how long? And he said, Until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without men, and the land will be utterly desolate. And the Lord had removed men far away, for there shall be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. But yet there shall be a tenth, and there shall return and shake, and shall be eaten as a teal tree, and as an oak, as an oak, whose substance is in them when they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. Chapter 17. Ephraim and Sirah wage war against Judah. Christ will be born of a virgin. Let me compare that to Isaiah 7. And it came to pass in the days of Ahaz? I feel like I said this name before. You'd be like, oh my God, it's Biffy. Yeah, he did. And you can't remember it? No, I cannot. How is it? It's A. Please excuse me, folks. I'm trying to do my best. Where was it? I like how I do this for some of them, but not everything. But then we'll be here forever. I'm not trying to do all that. Oh, I remember Amos, but this ain't Amos. This is a totally different word here. Where was it again? God damn. Come on. Where was it? I might not even have it here. It doesn't. Oh. Aha. Oh, like the band, right? That's great. That's great. And it came to pass in the days of Aha, the son of Jotham. Oh man, Jotham, Jotham, yeah, Aha, and Jotham, the son of Uzzah, king of Judah, that Rezin, king of Zara, and Pekah. And there's just throwing me names I've never seen and having a hard time pronouncing. The son of Ramallah, king of Israel, went up towards Jerusalem to war against it, but could not prevail against it. And it was told the house of David, saying, Zerah is confident with Ephraim, and his heart was moved, and the heart of his people, as the tree of the wood are moved with the with the wind. Oh my God, I'm tripping so bad. Then said the Lord unto Isaiah, Go forth now and meet Aha, thou and Jazhub. It's like one big ass word. Dying. Oh man, there might be a pronunciation for that. There's gotta be, right? Thing's huge. What's S? Okay. That's Jashub. Sharjashub and Sharjashub thy son. There we go. At the end of Condrant, yep, of the upper pool and the highway of the fuller field, and say unto him, Take heed and be quiet, fear not, neither be faint-hearted, for the two tails of these smoking firebrands, for their fierce anger of Rezin with Zerah and the son of Ramallah, because Zerah, Ephraim, and the son of Ramallah have taken evil counsel against thee, saying, Let us go up against Judah and vex it, and let us make a branch therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, yea, the son of Tambal. Thus says the Lord God, It shall not stand, neither shall it come to pass. For the head of Zerah and is Damascus, and the head of Damascus, Rezin, is worth and within 65 years ago. Oh my, whoa! Is that an Abraham Lincoln quote in here? And within 65 years ago. Oh, almost. We were close. I just think of 60, and it just made me think of Abraham Lincoln. I'm sorry, guys. Within 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it not be a people. And the head of Ephraim is Zamarah, and the head of Zamarah is Ramuel's son. If ye will not believe, surely ye shall not be established. Moreover, the Lord speaks again unto Ahaz, saying, Ask thee a sign of the Lord thy God, and ask it either in the depths or in the heights above. But Ahaz said, I will ask neither. I will tempt the Lord. And he said, Hear ye now, O house of David, is it a small thing for you to weary men? But will ye weary my God also? Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Oh? Emmanuel? Okay.
butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and to choose the good. For because the child shall know to refuse the evil and to choose the good, the land that shall abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings. The Lord shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not come from the days of Ephraim, departed from Judah, the king of Azariah. Azariah, yes. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall hiss for a fly, that it is the uttermost part of Egypt. For it be that is in the land of Azra, and they shall come and shall rest all of them in the desolate valleys and the holes of the rocket, and upon all thorns and upon all bushes. In the same day shall the Lord save with a razor that is hired by them beyond the river, by the king of Azra, the head and the hair of the feet, and it shall also consume the beard. And it shall come to pass in the day a man shall nourish a young cow and 2 sheep. And it shall come to pass for the abundance of milk they shall give, he shall eat butter. For butter and honey shall every one eat that is left in the land. And it shall come to pass in that day, every place shall be where there were 1,000 vines, at 1,000 silverlings, which shall be for briar and thorns. With arrows and with bow shall men come thinner, because of the land shall become briar and thorns. And all hills that shall be digged with the mattock, there shall not come hither. Thither the fear of briars and thorns. It shall be for the sending forth of oxen and the trending of lesser cattle. Oh, that's actually the end of that chapter. Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Excuse me there. Well, I'm just going to read chapter 18. And we'll call that for a day here. It's a little hot in here, not gonna lie. And we'll call that for a day here. Christ will be a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense. Seek the Lord, not peeping wizard. That's what it says. Turn to the law and the testimony for guidance. And we compare that to Isaiah 8. Interesting. Move over. That's in big old caps. Move over. The word of the Lord said unto me, take thee a great roll and write in it with a man's pen concerning Masha. Oh, I like how they abbreviate it here. That's nice. Maher Shala Hasbaz. Hasba. I'm going to keep the Z silent there. And I look unto me, faithful, witness to record, Ura, the priest, and Zechariah, the son of Jeberah. Oh, hold on. Biblical names here. Shara. Oh, Jeb. Oh, I'm getting it. Jebber. Oh man, come on. I can get it. I was getting it, but That sound is chipping me up in the back there. Give me all the index. What is it? It's got to be in here. It's got to be. Go on the few J's in here. J. Okay. I'm in J's. Oh. Wait. Oh, yeah. Jebaraka. Oh. Jebaraka. Thank you, pronunciation table, for saving me. Jebaraka. Oh, was I saying that right? Or am I tripping on myself? I don't know. And I went on to the a prophetess. There we go. Prophetess, yes. And she conceived and bare a son. Then it said the Lord to me, call his name Maher-shalal-Hash-bah. For behold, the child shall not have the knowledge to cry. My father and my mother before the riches of Damascus and the spoil of Zamara shall be taken away before the king of Azra. The Lord speak also unto me again, saying, forasmuch as the people refuseth the waters of Shiloah, that go softly and rejoice in Raisin and Remelason, and therefore behold, the Lord bringeth up upon them the waters of the river, strong and many, even the king of Azra and all his glory, and he shall come up over all his channels and go over all his banks. And he shall pass through Judah. He shall overflow and go over. He shall reach even to the neck and the stretching out of his wings, and shall fill the breadth of thy land, O Emmanuel. Associate yourself, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces. And give ear, all ye of far country. Grid yourselves, and ye shall be broken into pieces. Grid yourselves, and ye shall be broken into pieces. Alright. It says that twice. It does. It really does. I promise you. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand. For God is with you, with us. The Lord spake thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I shall not walk in the ways of this people, saying, say ye not a conferency, I'm sorry, folks. Confederacy. I just had to think of the EOS Confederacy. To all to whom this people shall say, a confederacy, neither fear not, be afraid. Sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken. Bind up the testimony, seal up the law among my disciples, and I will wait upon the Lord and the Hittites and that hiddest his face from the house of Jacob, and I'll look for him. Behold, I and the children whom the Lord hath given me for signs and for wonders in Israel from the Lord of hosts, which dwelleth in Mount Zion. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have family spirits unto wizards, that people and mother shall not a people seek unto their God for the living to hear from the dead? To that law and testimony, if thy speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And they shall pass through it hardly, bested and hungry, and it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their God, and look upward, and they shall look onto the earth, and behold trouble and darkness, diminish and anguish, and shall be driven to darkness. Interesting. I felt that last part felt kind of powerful there. Like, really telling these wicked people what happened to them. They shall pass through hardly, bested of and hungry. And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their kings and their gods, and look upward. And they shall look unto the earth, and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and shall be driven to darkness. I like that verse a little bit. I like it. I like those two last verses there. I'm allowed to like that. I'm going to stop right there, and we'll pick back up on chapter 19. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this episode here. I'm just going to really stop it right here. I've been fumbling all day, and I appreciate y'all being with me and sticking around, and I appreciate your time. I'm sure it might not really bother anybody, and I'm sure, maybe some people might congratulate me for trying and using the table in the back there, but, I'm not really trying to be that bad, but, it's just sometimes it just be a bit difficult there with some names I never heard of, and just be hard to say and pronounce. But thanks for sticking around and being here. We've been treading along every day. And I feel like something spontaneous will happen very soon. Very soon indeed. I say it on to you, all my viewers, that something spontaneous will happen on to us here on this channel. Indeed, I say. But until that time, when it shall come, this will be the end of the video. This is Spiffy Tate signing off. Bye-bye. Catch y'all later. Yes.